This is part 1 of starting an SAE project. We will be talking about what one is and how to start one. So, for instance, like, I don't know how you guys got started, but mine was kind of like my uncle asked me to do stuff, and I'm like, okay, I can do this. And my SAE project was cutting firewood, so like, it's kind of seasonal, but it's still a really good project. I got my hours really quick for that. So, like, I don't know, how did you guys get started?
Well, since our mom is involved with, like, fire department and stuff, we got put in there.
Okay, and we're in the fire department now, if you haven't realized. So, how did you get started?
I have pets at home, so I wanted to build them houses because their houses were getting old.
So basically, it's just whatever you see needs to be done or can be done, you apply it to your SAE project. And like agriculture is such a broad spectrum. They're like anything from like growing a garden to like building animal houses to like fighting fires to cutting down trees for fires works. So like, I don't know, I had to change mine because like I originally was in vegetable and fruit production, but that was kind of like harder than I thought and cost more money than I had. So that wasn't a very good fit for me. In your first year, you're probably going to be like in a really like, not really a good SAE project, but it's still good to start off. So I don't know, did you have to change at all?
I had 3 different SAEs, so I just found the one that was better for me. Like, I stuck with one for the year, and then if I thought, this is too much, too hard, too expensive, then I decided to switch.
So basically that's what you're going to be expecting, like, your first year of like an SAE project, or even your second year, is basically just figuring out where you fit, what works for you, what you feel most comfortable with, and what will get you hours or money, because it's money or hours that determines if you're going to get your chapter or state degree. And I'm not sure how many exactly. It's like 45 hours for your chapter degree. Like how much? Like 150?
I think it's like 750.
No, that's for state.
Right.
State's 750 hours. And then monetary wise, like I know I was struggling for hours, but then I counted up how much money I earned and realized that, hey, I had earned a lot more money than I thought, and I met that requirement. So it's either like one or the other requirement wise, and it's not hard to get your chapter degree. You just got to find what's going to be a good fit for you. And once you get a good fit, then you can kind of build off of that. So like your mom like worked at the firehouse, so if you want to like talk about that. Like,
Well, we kind of just, she asked if we wanted to join the junior firefighters, so we did, and then we were allowed to do that, put it into one of these sections of the SAE. And so we just do things and then record our hours of what we do.
And a lot of things can count on your SAE, so things you may not think will fit, they will fit in some way, shape, or form. One of my jobs that I did in the summer actually counted. So, like county fairs, fair jobs, I mean, those can count too. It's just, they don't have to be a long SAE, they don't have to go through the whole year. They can be seasonal, they can be a month. I mean, an SAE is pretty easy to find. In your SAE project, you can go to your state degree and your chapter degree and your American degree. Your chapter degree will come first. That is something that you do not have to put that much work into, but you still have to start your SAE and get hours and or money.
yeah, basically it's just like making sure you know how to run an SAE project, not so much getting a really good one, but just making sure you know how to start one and keep them going and keep records. And from then you can move on to the state degree, which is harder, and then the American degree, which is the hardest to get to. And for that you're going to need a really good project, but that's going to come a long ways like after your graduation, so you have time.
Your state degree is actually usually obtained into your junior year, which is not very popular, but it does happen, and then or after your senior year, which is more popular. But sometimes you can even take the year after that. While your American degree, that comes in you're either like sophomore year of college or your freshman year of college. But for your state degree, you also have to have an interview, which is about FFA, like about the emblem or about like the motto, about like the years it was created and like when women were able to be a part of it. I mean, there's just lots of questions about it that you have to ask in your interview. And I think the same interview happens for your American degree as well.
And you also have to like fill out applications for like chapter degree, and it's just like making sure you know your stuff, making sure you've got a good project, and that you're really like into FFA, because they're not going to give a degree if you're like blowing off FFA and like, I don't know.
Yeah, you have to be like dedicated to it.
Yeah, it's making sure you have dedication, you really want this degree, not so much as a challenge, but more like you want this degree and like you actually want it, you're not just getting it to get it. And this is going to be going through all your high school year, and then like Emily said, if you go on your American degree, it can go on for into college, and by that time it's pretty much a job now, so even if like you stop keeping records, you probably will still be doing stuff towards your project. So
some of the best SAE are actually like job related, because that's what you're actually going into, so it's what you're most like, that's what your most desire is about, is that your SAE, because that's what you're going into and you want to know about that and you want to keep learning about it, and it also makes it good for whatever you put it on a job application to obtain that job.
So basically that's the basic overview of what is an SAE, how to start one, and what it goes until. So we'll be coming back with like more in-depth